Hello and welcome. In this video, we're presenting an overview of our dispatcher panel. Let's dive into the login process. First, we log in with our email address. Then enter your password. If you've forgotten your password, don't worry. You can reset it by clicking on Forget Password. Moving on to the next step, we click on the Submit button to access our Create a Trip screen. On the Create a Trip screen, you have the capability to create trips for customers. Within the screen itself, you can add a pickup address and a destination address. You also have the option to use your current address. The system allows you to add stopovers between your pickup and destination addresses to accommodate any user's requirements. After setting up your trip stops, you can select the type of service you need, and you can view the notification for estimated fares, as well as drivers nearby your location. You'll have the ability to view your details on the map and even change your location using a map pin. Furthermore, you can adjust your destination address in a similar manner. Next, you can check the trip summary. Here, you'll find an overview of the trip costs, including base fare, distance fare, time fare, any applicable fees, and taxes. Here you can also see the type of service selected, along with your pickup address and destination address. We also calculate the distance between both addresses. Additionally, we can calculate the estimated time. Here, we show the price, which we calculate according to the base fare, distance fare, and then we can determine the total cost. After that, our platform accommodates various types of trips, including rentals and ride shares. Now, we'll explain how our dispatcher panel works. Here, you can view the next step for entering user details. You can also enter the user's phone number. If the user is registered on our platform, then we are able to retrieve the user's information, and it automatically populates on our platform, including the phone number, first name, last name, and email. Following that, you can assign the trip to the nearest driver, or you can manually assign a driver. If you prefer to assign the trip to a manual driver, this option is also available. For now, you can view the options for immediate rides and scheduled trips. By selecting from the menu and clicking on Right Now, you can instantly book a trip. If you're looking for the nearest option, you can create a scheduled trip. Currently, we aren't creating a trip because we are simply providing an overview of our process. Next, you'll navigate to the Map View section where you can see all the details of the trip, such as when a new trip is accepted, when the driver arrives, and when the ride is ongoing. When a driver accepts your trip, it will appear in the Accepted tab. When the driver has arrived at the location, you'll see it in the Arrived section. And once your trip has started, you can track it under On Ride. Moving on to the New section, you can see the user's name and the user's phone number. There will also be details of their destination location, the type of service they selected, and the time the service was requested, all of which are visible here. To create a new trip, simply click the New button. This allows you to create a new trip in our dispatcher panel. Once the trip is created, you will see the Assign button. This feature lets you assign your trip to any driver of your choosing. Just click on Assign. You will then be presented with the options for Auto Assign and Manual Assign. If you decide to manually assign your trip, you can do so. By clicking on the Home button, you gain access to an overview of the driver's details and their availability in the area. You can select a radius of up to 50 kilometers around your California city. Here, you'll have the option to filter drivers by their status: online, offline, active, arrived, or started. You'll be able to see our drivers, for example Tony, who is currently free. If a driver is on a job, they will appear in the On Job section. If they are offline, they will be listed in the Offline section. The map view within our dispatcher panel serves a vital purpose. It allows you to assign drivers automatically or manually, and gives dispatchers a comprehensive view of driver availability, who is on a job, and the location of drivers who are on a trip. Moving on to the completed requests, you can view the details of completed and canceled trips. You are also provided with all the relevant details of each trip, including user information, driver information, pickup addresses, and destination addresses. All these details are marked on the map for easier reference. Furthermore, you'll have access to invoices related to the trip's charges, including ride charges, taxes, other charges, and the customer's payment method. All the costs are calculated for ease of billing. We can also provide all these details to our dispatcher. Here, you can view the status of your trip. For example, when you create a trip for the driver and the customer, you can view the date as well as the time. You can also see the customer's name and track when the driver accepts, when the driver is en route, as well as when the driver has arrived and when the trip has started, and finally when the trip is completed. We also provide the necessary details in our dispatcher panel, giving a comprehensive request summary with all the information required. One of the amazing features is that you can also download the invoice for a particular trip if you need it. This is part of our completion request process. Within this section, you can also search by user or by driver. If you need to find details for a specific user or driver, you can easily search for them. Additionally, you can apply filters, such as by date, to view trips from a specific day. Furthermore, if there's a need to export all records, you have the capability to export them. You can then view these records in the export history, where you also have the options to download or delete them. For now, we will not go into downloading or deleting details. Moving on to the next section, which focuses on future requests. Here, you can see how many requests are pending or confirmed. In the pending section, you'll find all the details on scheduled requests, including the customer's schedule, their contact information, and the time they created the trip. If there's a need to cancel a particular trip, you can easily do so right from this interface. You can also view your service type. If you wish to assign a trip, here is the most crucial step. You have the capability to assign your trip. Click on the Assign button to allocate a specific driver. Here, you can view all the driver's details. For instance, even if our driver is currently offline, you still need to assign your trip, which you can do. Once you've assigned the trip to the driver, the trip is linked to that driver. Should you need to reassign to another driver, that option is available to you, as well as the ability to remove a driver from the trip. Here, you can confirm the driver. If a driver confirms your trip, the confirmation section allows you to see when the driver accepted and confirmed the trip. Here, you can view the driver's confirmation. You can also see details like the driver's name and ID. On the map, you have the ability to follow the trip from the pickup point to the destination. Moving on to the next step, we can filter by date. If you wish to search within confirmations, you can do so on the confirmation page. There, you can apply for pending requests. You also have the capability to search by ID or by driver's name, which works similarly for confirmations. After that, we will move on to the Book Trip section. This flow is an overview of our dispatcher panel and how it works from start to finish. This section provides an overview of the dispatcher panel. I have also provided information regarding this. If you wish to switch languages, you can easily do so. Additionally, you have the option to change your viewing mode. Whether you prefer dark mode or light mode, you can switch between them using this icon. This icon indicates the full screen option. If you'd like to switch to full screen mode, you can simply activate it here. This overview of our dispatcher panel should give you a clear understanding of how the flow works. We hope you have found this information helpful. Thank you for watching this video. We greatly appreciate your time. Thank you.